Okay, so here's the thing. I know Maya shows up in the sequels, and I don't think the game would have such an elaborate bad ending where I've already, like, I've messed up so catastrophically. Like, I don't think it would have, like, a saving screen, like, that you wouldn't be able to go past. That makes no sense. So I guess nothing bad is going to happen? Of course. That's sort of a guess. I don't really know. There, Pearls. I can't take it anymore. Wow. Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't because Mr. Enguarde hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. No, but that sounds like a technicality. Cheer up. We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going. You're right. Mystic Maya's in much more pain than I am. Yes, that's right. So, hey, you guys. Oh, glad I caught you, pal. Gumshoe, I see you're out of breath, as always. Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh boy, looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now. Well, it's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. We're kind of busy right now. What you here to even talk about, my dude? So, what are you gonna do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So, do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that. What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. Unsettling amounts of panic now setting in. I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Say what? You'll be searching for things that'll prove Mr. Enguarde's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick, let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. I mean, I do enjoy Gumshoe as a human being. Okay. What's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? I don't know. That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. Okay, I thought maybe I was misinterpreting it. Glad to know that I wasn't. Although horrified to learn that I wasn't, because wow. He said that? That's horrible. But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself, but I still think there's something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to know? I mean, almost need to frame Mr. Enguarde. I mean, apparently he did something in the past. I'm guessing he's probably the reason that one lady ended up killing themselves. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie, per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Much like a gigantic fighting robot that can turn itself into a tape deck player. Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe. And who knows if he's speaking the truth or not. That's such a dirty trick! Even if that woman prosecutor was better than that. Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Miss von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol, pal. But she's gonna be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. I mean, believe it or not, that's like one of the... That's probably one of the best places to be shot? if you could even say such a thing. To the best of my knowledge, there's nothing super crazy important in, you know, the shoulder. So, like, if you were aiming purely for the purposes of just, you know, incapacitating someone for a good while, that's how you do it. You can't, you think, oh, you know, you shoot them in, like, the foot or the leg, but no, that could technically actually, like, hit off some sort of important arteries or something. I think I read about this once. He should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Or getting violent about it. Which one? What, you gonna go visit her, pal? No. Well, I was kinda thinking about it. Why? Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe it'd be good for her if you went and let her whip you up for a bit, pal. Pearl, no! That is now I'm definitely not going. And please never say something like that ever again, Pearl. I don't want you to grow up into something like that. That's... At least I don't want to have to think about it. Anyway, the name of the hospital... Ah! The Hottie Clinic. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. As awful of an idea as that ultimately is. I'm sure we're gonna end up having to talk to Super Creep. Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. And there you go. Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? Hi. Wait a second, you're... yes, I'm Director Hottie. Why are you still here? Yes, what is it? Can I help you? You can tell me. Yes. Director Hottie! Edgeworth? Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes. What is it? Director, Franziska. How is Franziska von Karma? You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. Because, you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes, hee. Yes, and that surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. It looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes, but I understand. Yes, her opponent was a gun after all. I don't want to read that out loud. I see. I will not argue that she is her design is adorable. She's just kind of, you know, a jerk. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes, but I think I could get used to it. That's disturbing. Thank you for that. Amatata! I have returned. Wow, you don't... I realize it's probably significantly more likely that they just didn't want to make an entirely separate character sprite for her where she's, like, in a hospital gown. Because this makes no sense. At the very least, the outfit should be damaged from the bullet. You're so mean. So mean. Frisky Friska! Okay. Hi. Yes. Time for IV drops. Yes. And he's out. What are those tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have come here. Phoenix just wants to not be enemies. So, I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. But it's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. You being shot? I haven't had full intentions of running the trial this morning. But that would have been too much for you. Well, I mean, technically... I mean, her dad was able to do it, so I don't doubt the willpower needed. There's no need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. That was the only logical course of action given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder, you dingus. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. Egads. I think I know what deal he's referring to. We should probably talk about it. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't ye? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. Engarde, you told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof that I made such a deal? Edgeworth, he can back me up. And people always seem to take him for face value. You're denying it. Looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If I had been in court today, this trial would already be over. I find it actually much more likely that I would have gotten the acquittal and things, and I don't know if that's a good thing. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime. That isn't my problem, whether she had tampered with the evidence or not. You're not very good at your job, you know that? The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The end justifies the means. Miss Von Karma, Agent Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then Engarde will be found guilty. What does that have to do with me? Because of that, she's now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was... Ow. I think visiting hours here are about over. So, if you'll excuse me. Oh, that... She lost at the conversation, so she decided to just assault and run. Hit and run! Although not in a vehicle. Unless she's in one of those hospital wheelchairs. Question. If someone in a wheelchair, like, full force, intentionally ran into somebody with their chair, and then bolted, would that count as hit and run? Because I think it counts if it's a bicycle. I'm just saying. Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument, much like every argument we've had. Edgeworth. I guess we should probably talk. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far? Ah, and she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen right, the courtroom is a garden of judgment. I am putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. Do people usually put their life on the line inside of a garden? I don't think your metaphor works too well. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. You weren't even mad when you found out who actually killed your dad, which is just nuts. I mean, you were accusatory, but you weren't rip-roaring pissed. That card, give it to me, hurry! Yes, you did say a lot of very angry words. So what's up with that? You gonna explain? That card, what in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, right. This is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. Aw, I feel trusted. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card, a man called Shelly the Killer. So he has a seashell card, that's... Alright. And just as his name states, he is a killer. An assassin. The best at that. An assassin? Interesting. So that pretty much absolutely confirms the fact that, yeah, he's the one that did the killing. So who is this Shelly the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Long-standing? The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelly's the professional name of the third heir to the Killer name. That is legitimately disturbing. So because his professional name is Shelly, he leaves cards with a shell on them? Wonder how that worked in Japan. To the best of my knowledge, nobody shares the same name in both countries. He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. Why would he do something like that? That just sounds like a good way to get caught. You think it's part of his duty to his clients? His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. Okay. I mean, that makes a morbid amount of sense. I see. The killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. Seems that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. I guess that even honorable assassins can exist. I suppose. I mean, it's just weird to think of somebody who professionally murders whoever pays them having a code of ethics. So you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in the case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Not unless someone managed to make a replica, but if few people even know about his existence, that seems unlikely, especially in something like this, so... I mean, this was my original theory to begin with. I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? I guess I should just tell him. I mean, he did just tell us something that we weren't supposed to know. one way or another, I do think he is on our side. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. But you were able to put the pieces together pretty quick, all things considered, so good on you for that. I'll prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow. Well, I mean, I believe that you said that you'll probably actually help, but still. Whoop, stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity. Mr. Nick. There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Yeah, but if you save her, then we don't have to. Right. Listen, you need to know something. Juan Cordia was killed by Shelly to kill her. And the client who ordered the job was most certainly Matt Engarde. Yeah, your own client. Please stop. I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you'll need this. What is it? The hotel right now is restricted to the police personnel only, as we're looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelly the killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they will let you enter. Phoenix, I get that you're holding some resentment towards the guy, but he has done a lot of things that have done nothing but help us and kind of not done anything for him. So, in any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again if anything should happen. Now, if you'll excuse me. Bye, Edgeworth. Mr. Nick, do you think Mr. Engarde hired an assassin? No way! I mean, he doesn't have a psych lock. No. Phoenix, this is exactly what I'm talking about, man. He said he didn't kill anyone, and that's technically true. Yeah, I guess not. Please, all I ask is you make it home! Safe and sound, I think is what the full thing said. Oh, I guess we're going back and checking on her. I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, well, I bet he's just making that up, like how Nick does with everything in court. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. You might want to arm yourself with some broken glass, and if otherwise, I mean, that's a... You're clearly in some kind of wine cellar. So, I mean, like, smash the bottles, and you've got yourself an improvisational weapon. Granted, yeah, I guess you are going up against an assassin. Odds are probably rather slim that you could make that work. But, I mean, it'd be better than nothing. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to go take a look around. Hello? Huh. What is this place? Got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show them to Sis and maybe get out of here. That's just clever! Okay, so I can't help but notice this, first and foremost. There's a framed picture sitting on the coffee table, and that would be, I do believe... Yes! Yes, it is. Okay. So that's probably something worth paying attention to. It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. I mean, you know, not like crazy pretty, but like, yo, I mean, she's all right. Hey, looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, "With love, Celeste." I bet this could be a clue. Some kind of blues clue, if you will. I see a bear. That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. Aw, how cute. But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. A bear puzzle? Is such a thing even possible? There's a computer. Oh, hey, it's a computer. I've never really used one before. Oh, never mind. So much for that being able to help us. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. Drat, there goes my plan to use this to somehow get out of here. I mean, I don't... Computers can make phone calls, so... What is this thing, an antenna, I guess? And this is a VCR. Sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. What's an antenna doing here? For transmitting? I've never seen a TV this big before. Oh, that's amateur hour. Where's the power button? Phooey, it's busted. or it's unplugged. Die a happy samurai fan if I ever got to see Nickel Samurai on a TV like this. Nah, I can't believe I just made a joke about dying, all things considered. Okay. There's a pet door. So I have to ask, Maya, do you think you could, locked, of course. It doesn't look like you can use the card to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only I was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd be able to crawl through here. You're already a fairly thin 18-year-old woman. Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will. It seems that your Mr. Wright is truly concerned about you. He is? Well, why wouldn't I be? For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Ways you may... Dead men tell no tales, is how the saying goes, correct? I'm almost certain I told you on our first meeting. I am an assassin. No way, you're lying. I mean, an assassin? People are not always who they appear to be. Oof. Mr. Nick? Huh? Oh, yes, Pearls. Got caught up in my thoughts about Maya's situation. Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know. I guess for now, I have no choice but to believe in Mr. Enguarde. I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going. Okay! I vote that we find some evidence. I feel like even if we did try to talk to him, we ain't gonna get anything out of him. March 22nd. Alright now, Mr. Nick. Let's go look for clues. We have to, for Mystic Maya's sake. You shall not pass! Gasp! Miss Old Bag! Don't devalue my name and turn it into a gasp, you spiky-headed pettifogger! Ooh, that's a vintage insult. Old Bag, you may be annoying and hideous, but by Jove, I gotta give you respect for that. Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again. Although I did get a piece of gum from Edge. So, you know, just as he promised. Oh, more valuable. It's all your fault! You've awakened the wild beast inside of this old bag. Arg. Okay. Ah, Miss Old Bag. Keep your hands off me! This helmet is airtight. No hair gets in, and no hair gets out. Why do you keep putting it on? Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're gonna have to defeat me if you want to get by. I am not hearing this. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say... maybe if I show her this letter I got from Edgeworth? I mean, it is from Edgeworth, so regardless of its contents, it'll probably work. Miss Old Bag, if you would look at... What? You want me to look at this worthless piece of... Ew. Gross. Is that a perfume? Pheromone d'amour I smell? Ugh. Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct his investigation? It's truly Miles Edgeworth. Yours truly. The man's good at flattery. Fine, but only because he said so, understand? Well, alrighty then. I just thought of something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. You don't do anything bad and I won't let you off the hook. Looks like she has strong feelings for Edgeworth. That may be, but you know nothing's going to come of it. That's so mean, Nick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared. I don't know. Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint on my face somehow. You are a very aggressive little girl. So anyway, let's just continue our investigation. Okay. Okay, she's back. Back! What now? One little thing before I forget. You can't go into Enguarde's room today. Why? The police's main investigation team is going to be in there all day, you hear? I wonder if they're the team in charge of investigating the killer. So don't go in there. Set one foot in there and you'll face the wrath of Wendy Old Bag. That's just an unfortunate name. Could you imagine having that name when you're not old? That's just crazy. Looks like we're the only ones here. And yet, the hotel seems so busy somehow. Probably because the police team is scouring for clues about the killer. You really think someone would clean up all this food? It's gotta be starting to stank up the place. Especially the fish. Y'all, it's Lotta. Hey, city boy. Lotta, you're still here? Reckon course. An investigative photographer eats or starves on her ability to snap up the scoop, you see, with an ice cream scoop. And this hotel just has that aura of mystery. You know, like something's always about to happen. But do you have a camera? Rick Given! A photographer's gotta have cameras out the ear like corn to be a real pro, you know. So I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feeding the mouth, do you have mine, you bread thief? Why can't you drop that thief thing already? Why you gotta be all like that, girl? I want to ask you about the night of the murder. What, you're really gonna shell out the bucks for the info I got? A lot of you were loitering in this hallway the night of the murder, were you not? Well, kinda, but brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes. I didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know? Followed a few stars around, got a few autographs, shook a few hands, had a soda pop with a few of them too. Looks like she wasn't there the entire time of night either. The security lady also wasn't in the hallway the whole time either. I guess that means there's no one who can tell us who came and went that night. Sigh. So, about the note that was inside your camera case. Oh, that ditty I wrote? Yeah, can I believe what you've written? You mean the stuff about On Guard shoving his manager lady onto Cordia? Yeah. Well, I reckon you best not be believing that. What? Look, I sort of wrote that on a whim, you know? Writing whatever came to mind. Whatever came to mind? Yeah, when you get down to it, it's just a lot of random ball-dooders. Hey, what's with y'all? Why are you staring at me like my grandpa used to? Well, that says a lot about your grandpa, I feel. Hey, why do you look like you suddenly got older, too? Or am I just shrinking here? No need to talk about that one. Ah, my baby, my $1,600 baby. What's with that red-coated prosecutor anyhow? The guy told me it was evidence and refused to give it back to me. Well, that's kinda how it is. Hey, you're that redcoat's friend, ain't you? The fact you referred to him as a redcoat is actually kind of funny, considering I'm guessing he probably sounds vaguely British. So, put in a few good words for me and get me my camera back. You want me to do what? Listen, nag the guy real good for about 5 hours, and I guarantee he'll give it back. Why don't you do your own dirty work? Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. A tabloid photographer without a camera is just a tabloid. Yeah, I guess so. Keep yourself together out there, you hear? I'm coming to see you in court tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you then. And you too there, little one. You keep up the good work, okay? Okay! Oh, don't be picky about your food now, you hear? Okay. And you also gotta do your homework. You also, you know, should probably stay in school, don't do drugs, drink your milk. Would you please just leave already? Oh, and there she did. And there she did. Man, I'm trying to remember the botched version of that. It's like, don't do milk, drink school, eat 30 pounds of drugs a day. I'm trying to remember. It was funny. Wang, 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 wang. Who's undulating around here? What is that otherworldly ghastly moaning? I hate evil ghosts! Ah! I don't think it's a ghost. Perhaps a demon? Excuse me? Watch what you're calling a demon, Brett. Ah! Zoinks! It's the alien! Who are you calling an alien? Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. Oh, it's just you, old bag. What are you doing here? What's wrong with you youngins today? I came around here to pay my respects to Juan, and you're disturbing me. Yeah, now I guess I have to talk to you. Please talk to me about the night of the murder just one more time. I talked about it plenty at the trial. I was fooled, tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer and her note. She was loitering around here with that imbecilic look on her face. Is imbecilic a word? With that imbecilic look on her face. Okay, got it. Now hold on a second there, will you little pipsqueak? If you're gonna take notes, at least make me sound better than that. Oh, alright. Now I've seen everything. But you know, I was working that night too, doing my job, minding my own business. So it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more about this Juan. Most popular star, you know, especially where it counts in my book. But I heard that he was lagging behind in the polls against Mr. Ongard. Well, that's just a recent thing. Bad luck and all that, you know. But he was going to become an even bigger star than he used to be. Look, just look at this mountain of presents. Look at all the bears! It's a show of the mountain of feelings all his fans had for him. Yeah, that mountain is pretty big, and certainly nothing to shake a stick at. Although I guess I could if I wanted to. Mr. Nick. What up, Pearls? The presents, they're all bears, right? She's got a point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. Yeah, even the coffee maker is a bear. Who'd have thought? All of the presents from his fans seem to be bears. Oh, that's because you can't think of Juan without thinking about bears. Ah, of course. Bears. Why bears? You don't know? When my dear Juan was training, he fought barehanded with a bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win, but after the fight, they became friends. Wow, that's a good story. Everyone should be friends with a giant bear. Look, it's just like in those young people's dramas. I can see those two Tucker down by a river going, hey, you sure can fight. You too, bub, you too. Did all that really happen? It's in his biography, bub. What a load of crock. So, ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents. Yeah, nice bears. Okay. Is there any conceivable reason? Zoop. Are any of these bears worth paying attention to? Otherwise, it just seems like an incredibly random thing to just have. Oh, hello. Is that a camera? It's so messy here. Girls really likes things neat and tidy, I take it. There are a lot of electronic things in here that I've never seen before. Mr. Nick, tell me what they are, please. Okay, well, you see that over there is a watch. You wear it on your wrist. I know what a watch is. Hey, you're the one who didn't know what a freaking train was. For a second there, I forgot I was talking with Pearls and not Maya. That implies Maya doesn't know what a watch is. Like bear? Wow, there are a lot of bears. Alarm clock ones, collector editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he don't got? Well, ironically, I see no pandas. I don't even think I see a polar. There's even a few in the trash can. Yeah, guessing he didn't actually like the bears too much. Oh, I remember the scene now. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Just thinking about a friend gone by. Okay, well, I was just trying to figure out what on earth... I mean, there has to be a reason to be in this place. I'm just not getting any legitimate clue here. So, the Nickel Samurai's costume was in here? Yeah. I can't believe Mr. Cordia went so far just to say bad things about Mr. Enguarde. Well, it was a press conference, so he had to go in costume. Weren't Mr. Enguarde and Cordia friends? They weren't friends. They couldn't be friends because they were rivals. So, a rival is someone who is a strong enemy? I mean, technically. A rival is a strong enemy that you sort of are friends with slightly? Then again, I guess not all rivals have to be friendly. They just have to be somebody who's trying to do the same thing as you and to be better than you at that thing. Pearls is really fired up over this, and I don't have an answer for her. Alright, well, I have no clue. I'm just gonna, I guess, back it up. Back it up. Back it up. I have found close to nothing. Criminal affairs. Wow, everybody looks busy with something or another. They're probably strengthening the evidence for tomorrow's trial. Hey, hurry up with that, will you? Pass the victims list around. You gotta be kidding, there's over 100 people on here. Forget about it. Mr. Nick, is Mr. Enguarde really that big and bad of a criminal? I don't know, probably. Actually, Pearls, never mind. Sounds like they're working on a different case. Is what I choose to believe. Okay, I guess I have no choice. It's really the only place I can go. I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today. Oh, butts. I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh, yeah, there's a message here for you. A message? It's from Matt Enguarde. Ah, there you are. What did he write? Is it something important? I don't know. Well, let's see what it has to say. To Mr. Lawyer Dude, I've got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? Oh, Mr. Wright. So actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shu. Okay. I didn't put out a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably pretty hungry. Think you could drop by my house and feed Shu for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright? Why did you stay at the hotel? This is terrible! Let's hurry, we have to feed his cat! I'm sure poor Shu's stomach is growling by now. Yeah, I guess. If there's actually a cat, then I must protect and love this cat. Okay. To the hotel. No! To the hotel. Ah, there we go. On guard mansion. Sure is dark. I wonder how we got in. I'll go turn on a light. Wow, that really is just an entire motorcycle hanging up there, suspended on string. That seems very ill-advised. Wow, so this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Come on, Mr. Nick, let's find Shu the kitty cat. I like Pearl. She likes the kitty cats. Kitty cat! Aww! Oh, that's so cute. It's an orange kitty. That's like my cat, Bolo. Oh, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shu. Adorable! The cat seems to like pearls. Cats only like good people. Pardon me. Oh, hello, assassin. May I help you with something, mister? Oh, we're lawyers, actually. I'm Mr. On Guard's lawyer. Did you just call Pearl a lawyer? The Masters. Then you must be Mr. Right. Yes? Ah, it's a pleasure to meet you, your wonderful self, except for that other time we did when you were dressed like a bellboy. Yo, wait! Hold up! I just realized! Look at the door! There's the pet door! And that's the same door! Oh, that's really frustrating! Maya's like in the other room! Oh, this sucks! I'm the family butler, John Doe. Yeah, okay, except that's the name of somebody that's given to someone who's officially considered missing person. Nice to meet you. Kitty! You're not gonna hurt the cat, are you? I swear to ever-loving God. I will tear those seams in half if you hurt this cat. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. On Guard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder, because I am the one who did it, you see. Ha ha ha! Clever. And, anything else? No, not especially. It's not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master or his affairs. Not typically butler-like, as it were. Mr. Doe, how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I'd have to say maybe about 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It's not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs. You know, I would have thought Mr. On Guard the kind to have a maid over a butler. Do butlers clean things? From what I can... I mean, I guess they... I get... Or is it really just a gender difference? Like, I'm pretty sure women can be butlers. But then again, I guess men can't be maids. Huh. I've never really thought about it before. I was always under the impression that butlers were, like, servers. They like, serve things and, like, manned the door and stuff. And maids were just, like, you know, basically the cleaning staff. But now that I really think about it, I don't have really any reason to think that's as true. Huh. I'm doing some thoughts. That's a very cute cat you've got here. It is my duty to take care of him. The master's rather fancies Shu. And, anything else? No, not especially. It's not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat. That's true, that's true. Well, then I guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. Oh, we should probably get going ourselves. So young, and yet already so accomplished. I'm master of law. There's also a lot to be proud of in being a butler in charge of the house and all. Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. For example, I'm a murderer. Bye! Kitty! Although here's the problem. What happens to the kitty after all of this? I'm assuming that we're able to get, you know, On Guard in prison. And I don't think this assassin dude's gonna be taking care of it. The cat. That cat better be okay in the end. I swear, that's gonna be a plot thread that I refuse to let not be, you know, tied up. No loose ends on that noise. Nothing. Okay. Let's see if anything's changed. Hello? No, absolutely nothing. All right, fantastic, fantastic. Hello? Anything different here? Whack-a-buckin'! Okay, that actually startled me, and I threw my controller, and it did a flip and landed on my knee. Ow.
I'm Uncle Bear, and I say it's barely 8 o'clock.
What is that infernal racket? It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m. Way past your bedtime. My bedtime has no limits. That startled me. I thought I was gonna die for a second. 8 p.m.? That's the time when the award ceremony ended that night, right? Remember? Time sure flies. Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. And now this is happening, apparently. Hello? Hello? This is not a phone. Maya! How's Maya? You haven't heard her, have you? It seems you were not able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Attorney. I have heard the news, so it would seem my present did you no good. No, Maya! One more day, please. All I ask for is one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time, please. I suppose if I must. I need that acquittal more than anything else, after all. Please let Maya say something. I want to hear she's all right. All right, hiss. Whoa, then hiss, hiss. A little. What is with the static all of a sudden? Hello? Hello? It seems bad connection. Damn it! Did the transceiver just suddenly break? Excuse me. What happened? I don't know. All of a sudden, it became nothing but static. Maya. Why did the transceiver suddenly break like that? I should probably have an electronics expert look at it. The sooner the better. An electronics expert? Do I even know anyone like that? Let alone anybody that I can talk to? It's not old bag, that much is for certain. Gumshoe? Maybe? I mean, it's worth a shot, if nothing else. I mean, really, it can only be in... It has to be one of the people I can speak to. Is he still here? He's still here! Hey, welcome back, pal. I thought I'd make you, you know, a little something for the foods. That's nice, thanks. A rich man's luxurious full-course meal. Out of a can, that is. I'm sorry you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have time to eat. Oops, looks like you don't have a can opener, pal. You gotta be kidding. Oh, I know. There is one way I know how to be helpful. You ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead. Well, since he's here and offering, I wonder what I should try asking him about. Well, if that's the case, then... You know anything about this here transceiver? The transceiver? Oh, Mr. Dick, you should ask Mr. Scruffy Detective about that thing. What thing? Oh, yeah. This thing just up and broke all of a sudden. It broke, pal? When I was talking to the kidnapper, it just suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this. I don't hear any static, pal. Huh? Maybe it fixed itself? That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise. Maybe. Maybe what? Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal. Electromagnetic interference, pal? What is this strange phenomenon known as electromagnetic interference, pal? What is electromagnetic interference, pal? It's something that happens when radio wave gets mixed up with another signal, pal. Oh, well, when you put it that way. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen, the stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, right? That is true, but that doesn't really happen now. Then again, admittedly, the Phoenix Wright writers probably had absolutely no clue how to predict the future, and the fact that we were able to improve said technology, so even though this is close to the current year in-game, yeah. Computer. It's like when you use the dryer next to the TV and the screen starts looking weird. Yes, the TV does do that. So that's what you're talking about. She seems amazingly happy at being able to understand this, as she should. Let the child be happy. She has very little going on in life. So the room you were in when that interference to the transceiver happened. And there's gotta be something there sending very strong radio waves, pal. Something like a listening device or something. Ah! Hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened? We were in Mr. Cordia's room, the scene of the murder. What? That's it. I'm gonna sneak into the precinct to get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later, all right, pal? Wait, Gumshoe. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah! We should be going too, Mr. Nick. All right, let's go. Quickly, as fast as we possibly can. To the lobby. To the hall. To the second hall. There are a lot of halls. To the room. Hey, you're finally here, pal. Sorry, it took me all 7 seconds. Sorry to keep you waiting. Do you have the, bug sweeper? Well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. Then suddenly I'm staring at the precinct doors from the outside, I mean. So, yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We needed that. Hey, calm down, pal. I didn't say I didn't get one, just not the police's. Oh, wow. So this is a bug sweeper. Looks a little broken. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh? By who? Me, of course. Seeing this sure brings back memories. Hey, don't look down on it, pal. Sure, it looks a little beat up, but I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here. Your heart and soul? It'll work. Trust me, pal. It'll do the job, but you can't set the sensitivity. So it's gonna beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves. But isn't it better that way? Oh, well, anyway, since I brought it all this way, might as well give it a whirl, right, pal? I'm getting that sinking feeling again. Okay, now I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or some other sort of bug hidden in this room, pal. So we're gonna find it. Right. Now first, let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough look-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye out on it. Once you find something that gives off a lot of radio waves, press the A button to lock onto it. There's a lot of things in here that's gonna give off radio waves, so let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious. All right, I'm gonna go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Okay. Do lamps give off that stuff? Lamp? Check. Listening device? No. There are a lot of lamps in this room, aren't there? Yeah. And they're all on. You shouldn't do that, Nick. Don't you know that's wasteful? Oh, yeah. I'll be more conscientious from now on? Sorry? Whoa, okay. Okay, apparently... Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Makes sense. Electro Bear! Can we talk about the bear? What a lovely bear. Roll! Oh, sweet! Merciful crap! This may be one of those fancy bear-shaped robot toys. It's a robot? It's a real robot? Yeah, it's a real one. Mr. Nick! Yes? How many horsepowers is it? How many horsies? Horsies? Well, look, it's a bear, so, Oh, I enjoy having Pearl around. I mean, I like having Maya around too, but I'm just glad I'm not lonely. So that's like a clock, and that's also a clock, so it's gonna go off. Anything? I feel like it's gotta be one of the less obvious bears. Oh! Hello? This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? That's the biggest one I've ever seen. Hey, so did you guys find it yet? The listening device, I mean. No, not yet, but this bear's eye is. Let's see, let's see. A perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Ah, yes, I see a lot of that on the field. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we've got. No, you can't! Such a violent act. It is forbidden. Oof! No! Oh, damn. That's a camera. It's a miniature camera. Looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer. Oh, what emitter? A transmitter, pal. Oh, is that more of that high-tech stuff? I mean, compared to what you're used to, sure. So this tiny thing is a camera? Yep, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small, high-grade video camera mostly used in security systems. So it's a video camera. It runs on a battery, which comes with it in a set. But there's no videotape on this camera. This is only the camera part here, pal. The tape recorder with the tape inside it is somewhere else. Ah, I see what this universe hasn't figured out. Digital media! Somewhere else? The footage is changed into radio waves and then it's sent to that recorder. So it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it? Hey, you know, you're right.
Yay!
Okay, set to record the victim's room from 8 p.m. for 1 hour was running at time of the murder. Well, that certainly sounds like it could be interesting. That means that we can't find any of the tape, mind you, but that actually does, that's obviously good information. Somewhere out there is video evidence of the murder. So what's a transmitter? It's a device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal. Looks like it's attached to a small clock thing. Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record at a certain time with it. I wouldn't call Gumshoe a tech genius, but by Jove, am I glad he has basic competency with technology. You can set it for a certain time? Yep, let's see, this looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go for an hour. 8 p.m.? That was the time the award ceremony ended. There's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess. Wow. Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here? I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder. Then maybe this camera caught the murder on tape. What? And if you think about the angle the bear is at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime, pal. That would be handy dandy, also very handy dandy. So there was a camera in the bear's eye, and it was disguised as a present. And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind. But who gave him this present? I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there got a video of what happened here that night. Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is? It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out. Oh, sniffle. Is there really no way to find out? Then what was the point of this all? I got it! What? Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna go around to the electronic shops and see if I can find out who bought this. But that's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 p.m. Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Gumshoe is good people. I can't say that I know if he'll actually succeed in any regard, but the fact remains. He's good people. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah! He's gone. Yeah, but Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. I think so. He's pushing himself so hard, all for Mystic Maya's sake. It's a mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, right? Bracken! You'll have to excuse me. I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth! What are you doing here? A rescue team has been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward one step at a time. I mean, it's definitely better than nothing. I see. Thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So, there was a spy camera hidden inside this stuffed animal, huh? You're one lucky man, right? How so? Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl? I have no idea. Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. I would know this, because I'm fancy, you see. Sometimes being a fancy pants is all you need in life. It's completely handmade, and only a small number of these are exported here. What? The camera and transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is. That would be handy. Can he really do that? Mr. Dick, can he really? Well, I guess so. He's saying he can, and again, most people take Edgeworth at face value, so I might as well do the same. 9 p.m. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. The bear? I'm sure you have other things you have to do. He took the bear. So what, he just lugged that? I mean, I guess it is stuffed, but you just picked the dang thing up and dragged it out of the room? Is no one gonna ask you about that? Wait, what? Why are you doing this? I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, right? Until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan? The real killer. I mean, it's the killer. Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, right? Everything begins with the truth. Juan's real killer. Miss Andrews' past. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal from that Mr. Engarde. And this card, Shelley the Killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight! I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But I think you're on our side. But as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth! We're gonna find that truth! Hallelujah!